So in the previous video, we saw that if you launch your app and make some changes and then back out of it and then restart it, the system will not restore these values. But sometimes that's what you want. And the tutorial on um, managing the activity lifecycle doesn't talk about restoring across that situation. But later on, under saving data, there's something called saving key value sets, and we'll revisit this later on. But I just wanted to give you a heads up on how to do it. So there's something called shared preference APIs, and the interface looks a lot like the interface for the bundle that we saw with the saved instant state. But basically, you can get your current preferences, which is just a set of key value pairs, and you can add settings to that. So I'm going to show you a simple case of doing that. So we'll go ahead and copy this line of code. And what this is doing is for the current activity, it's getting a single shared preference key set, which is private. Only my app can see it. And I'm going to put this in the onCreate method. So instead of that, I'll delete it in a second. I'm going to start by getting the shared preferences for the activity, Alt plus Enter, and then I should say this dot get preferences. So this gives me the preference set, and then to get the value off of the preference set, I can use get integer or get string, but I'm going to use get integer. So if shared pref is null, then I'm going to set running to 0 and mcurrent pos to 0. But I think this always returns 1. Else, I'm going to set this to shared pref dot get int. And I need to specify a default value here. And then the same thing here. Like so. And I am pretty sure that this always returns 1. I just get the default value if it's not filled in. So let's get rid of that. Now I can use both stuff in the saved instant state if my app's getting restarted, and shared preferences for things that I want to persist across different runs of the application. So you might have different design goals that require using both of these at the same time. But for now, I'm just going to put everything in there. And then in my onDestroy method, I'm going to want to do this stuff. And I don't need this anymore. So now I want to get a shared preference object. I think it's just get preferences for the private one. And then the mode is read-only, that's private, which is context.modePrivate. Okay, so there's my preferences object, and it's called shared prefs. Okay, and it's not put in here. Oh, I need to get an editor, so there's one other step I forgot. So I need a shared preference SharedPreferences.editor. .edit. Alright, so this creates an editor object called editor, and then call editor.putInt and editor.putInt. So this part's the same. And then after I've made the changes, I want to commit them. And that should be it. So when the app gets destroyed, either by the OS or by me, I save these two values in my shared preferences. And then when the app gets created, I restore those values. So let's go ahead and give it a shot, see if it works. Okay, so this still won't work. This won't work either on a restart. But then running in position should get restored. So 20 seconds and about halfway in, I'm going to kick out and then restart. And it remembered my video position and also running. It's 41. Let's give it just a couple of seconds. Should still be about 42 when we restart. Great. So it's remembering those settings across different launches of the app.